Hey guys, it's me again. So it's Thursday afternoon, about 4:30, and it's like I'm exhausted. I'm fixing to like crash into a brick wall. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm physically exhausted. Um, but I got a phone call today from the National Cancer Institute in Maryland slash Washington D.C. I think where I'm going to be going is actually Washington. And they went ahead and called to kind of get the ball rolling as far as getting me and mom up to Washington. Um, she's emailing me some stuff today, and then it's going to email another round of stuff tomorrow, and then maybe more Monday. And she said that she just sorry. She said that it can tend to be overwhelming at times, and it's a lot of stuff, and that it's a lot for anybody. But I'm like, yeah, especially brain tumor and brain cancer people. I said between that and the fact that I'm pushing 50, my mind is already going. so, but yeah, and she said that we talked about the NIH study, which is where they'll follow me for the rest of my life. And she said that we're going to start it remotely for now. She said usually like we'd have you booked and on a plane, boom, but with COVID and everything, she said that we'll start everything out remotely, which is I told her that is fine by me. I am in no rush to jump on a plane. I mean, last time I jumped on a plane, I ended up in the emergency room in Maine. So, um, but she went over everything with me, and she let me know that just kind of how like what they cover and they pretty much cover everything. She said that I have to, need to bring somebody with me, obviously, which mom will go as long as they're over 18. And she said that they cover the airfare for me and that person to fly up there. And then as far as lodging, she said we have to pay for lodging, but we get reimbursed up to like say $120 a night. And then she said there's also money in there for food for both of us to eat and everything. So by the time everything's said and done and you're reimbursed, you don't have anything out of pocket except what you want to spend. And like if we got a $200 night room, then we would spend 80 out of pocket. After everything's said and done, they'll cover 120 of it per se. She thinks it's like up to 120 right now, but the amount changes. And so yeah, so we're gonna start everything um, remotely, and then yeah, she said that in due time I'll that she said well she told me she said you're gonna have to take a trip up here eventually, and she said but like I said right now they can get everything started remotely, so we're gonna do that. Da, 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 da. And so that was cool. She was really, really nice too. And of course, Kristen is the main girl at the National Cancer Institute that I'll be working with. And it wasn't Kristen that called me, but it's Kristen's out of the office today. And so it's a girl that's kind of taking over and filling in, but she's going to CC Kristen into everything so that she's, copied on it. And then she'll probably be calling me tomorrow or Monday and go over some more stuff with me. But like, I have to get all my scans and biopsy stuff and tissue samples and DNA genetic testing that I had done. I have to get all that stuff to them. But so that's that. And then so this morning, I talked to the car people a little bit. And then the next thing I know, I get a text and it's like, oh, here's your repair bill. Or not bill, but, here's what you're looking at. And it says like almost $600. I'm like, what? Uh, no, not for an alternator that's under warranty and a hub assembly that's under warranty. There's not $600 worth of labor. Like I said, my ex, he had those hub assemblies down like that. He could do them suckers in like 20 minutes. Which is sad, but it's how much those pieces of junk went out of my piece of junk. I'm not even gonna start talking nice about my car anymore because wants to act like a piece of shit, I'm gonna call it a piece of shit. I baby it, wash it, wax it. It is always, anybody who knows me knows my car is clean, especially on the inside. You don't make a mess of my car. No, I used to drive my ex crazy with it. Um, but I baby that thing. I baby it. But that's how I am with all my cars. Even if I drove a hoopty, I'd baby that hoopty. Well, mine may look pretty, but it's a hoopty. But so I'm just gonna start calling it like it is, just like the Bible says. Call it like you see it. So just not in those words. I'm using those words, but anyways, because baby in it isn't making it stop breaking down, so maybe I'll kick it. Piece of crap. Maybe then it'll stop breaking down. Oh, and something else. So y'all know how when I got my window tint ticket a couple months back, um, and she says the reason she pulled me over is because my third brake light was out. Liar. No, it isn't out. When the mechanic Matt went to drive off in my car last night, I looked in the outside mirror. I was sitting in Mom's car where it was warm because it was cold last night, y'all. And I said, "Son of a biscuit." I said, "That damn cop, she lied. She just used that as an excuse. Why not just be honest? You pulled me over because my tint's 0%. It's what you wrote me the ticket for. She wrote me a damn ticket for the warning. She didn't write me a ticket. I'm sorry. She wrote me a warning for a brake light that isn't even out. And I had Googled to see how much it was to replace it. Because it's one of those third brake lights that's like it's like some people have them in the top of their back window. Some people have them down in the bottom of their back rear window. Mine is built into my trunk. So, you got to pop the trunk, take the liner off of the lid of the trunk and get to it. Well, it's not a bulb. You have to buy the whole assembly. And even though it literally is like smaller than this remote, it's like $159 for the thing. I thought, no, I'll go to a junkyard and pull one off. I would have been real pissed if I would have spent $159 or gone to the junkyard and spent the day just to come to find out I didn't even need it. But, oh well. So, but anyways, I did notice that I had a reverse light out though, so that's no big deal. Usually that one on the right side is just loose, so I can just kind of, and it'll come back on. Hoopty. But, anyway, so I was talking to the mechanic and the service writer, and I'm just like what? I'm thinking this is going to be like $100, No. And so, long story short, he's like, have you ever applied for such and such credit? I'm like, no, I've never heard of it. He says, okay, I'm going to send you a link. So he sends me a link, and to apply for this, basically, it's almost, I don't know if y'all ever heard of care credit. It's kind of like a care credit. But it's, I could go buy furniture. I could go buy a washer or dryer. Don't need a washer. Dryer now. And, or use it, probably just like care credit at the vet, at the mechanic shop. Anyways, and so I said no, and I said, but I'm telling you, they're not going to approve me, not on what I've got coming in a month. And so, he said, no, he said, I'm not even sure if they pull your credit. And he said, I think they mainly base it off of your bank account. I'm like, oh, my bank account's in perfect standing, always has been. And so, sure enough, so he sends it, I answer the questions, fill everything out, and submit it. It gives you like an answer right away. And it comes back and says, okay, you've been approved for $1,550 worth of credit. I'm like, thank you. But that's all that praying I did last night and this morning. But yeah, and it was funny because when I was talking to him, we were talking about that I had gotten approved. He was like, yeah, it's crazy. And he was like, because most people when they apply for the first time get covered for like $750. Then if they need it again down the road, as long as they've made their payments on time, they will like double it to like $1,500. And he's like, for you, they'd probably double it to $3,000. I don't need $3,000. Well, hell, at what point we're going, yes, I may. Anyways, and so, which is good because it's been leaking oil for, I don't know, probably a good couple of years now, which I've known about. And the, like the gasket or the seal that is leaking is literally like not even a $5 gasket or seal at AutoZone. And don't hold me to it. I cannot remember what it is that's leaking. My ex may know, but I wasn't going to bother to go through all that just to find out. But I feel like it may be the rear main seal. I'm not sure. But you have to take basically the whole engine apart or out to get to it. So it's the labor. So even when my ex and I were together and we took it to a shop, a guy that he knows that owns a shop that used to service their work trucks for a company he worked for, even knowing them, he quoted us $1,500. Ooh, I cut myself. I don't know what the hell I did. That's weird. Sorry, hang on, guys. A big old bruise and cut on my knee. That's weird. But anyways, and so yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'd be lucky even with this shop cutting me a break if I was able to get it down 800, 1,000. And so yeah, at some point, and so I basically told him, let me get this paid off, and in the next 90 days, and then I'll probably reapply and see about getting that oil leak fixed. But what ended, oh, so I never finished it. Oh, yeah, I think I did. So, yeah, so my front inner and outer tie rods are out. Uh, wheel hub bearing is out, which is under warranty. Alternator's out. Well, it's actually going out, so might as well again. So replace that. Um, wheel bearing, alternator, inner and outer front tie rods, and oh, and then of course they have to do an alignment, which it's needed an alignment for a while too. It's not way off, but it needs one. And so then I was talking to my pops about everything, and because I'd mentioned recently that like my car needs a tune up bad, and he said, "Oh, did you tell him to go ahead and do a tune up?" I'm like, "Son of a gun!" So I called up the shop guy and I was like, "Hey, by the way," and I was like, "Can you go ahead and do a tune up and change my spark plugs while you have it?" And so that's going to add like another 150 to it, but oh well. I mean, like I said, I've got 90 days, no interest to pay it off, and then if not, then of course it's going to be outrageous interest, like 24, 25%, but I'll get it paid off in those 90 days. I mean, it's still aggravating and frustrating, and still something I really don't have the money for, but it is what it is, and just trying to just remember not to sweat the small things. I have to be happy that I have a car to break down to get fixed. There's people out there that don't have a car. So it's like, there's people that were like, I'd love to have a car that was sitting out there broke down. At least I have a car to get fixed. But no, I don't have a car. Got to buy a car, then got to worry about it breaking down. So, I don't know. But yeah. Um, anyways, so um, and then my friend that I was going to go out with today and do go do iFly and all that stuff. Um, when he was done at the dealership in Dallas, he was like, I'm coming over to get you, and we're gonna go out, and we're gonna do something, and I'm gonna make sure you're in a happy mood and put you in a better mood." I'm like, "Bro, no, we're not." like I am still in my PJs and my house shoes, and I plan on staying in my PJs and my house shoes. Unless I have to go get my car, and even if it is ready today, I may just tell him I'll come get it tomorrow. So, um, but but yeah, but he's like, "No, really." Oh, and he's so nice. He was asking me, he was like, "How many people work at the shop? How many mechanics?" And I said, "There's two I know of, but there might even be a third." And I said, "But I know that there's two, like Matt and Jose, or Matt and Jesus. I can't remember the other guy's name. I think it's Jose." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Oh," he said, he said, "I was gonna make something for you to give, to them, like cook something." And so yeah, so he was gonna, and I was like, "No, you don't have to do that." So he was gonna make like, like chicken enchiladas, or just a big pan of something, and take to him. And I was like, "That is so nice." He said, "Well, I just figured I'd make it and bring it over and drop it off to you, and you could give it to him, when you picked your car up." But I was like, "No," I was like, "I really do appreciate that, though. It was super, super, super sweet thought." So, but, and I know he can cook. Like I said, that seared cod that he cooked for me last weekend was good. Good, good, good. Mm-mm-mm. So, I'm telling you, that stuff just like, it literally just fell apart. It melted in your mouth. Oh my God, it was so good. Yum, yum, yum. But yeah, so I thought that was really sweet. And so I said, "No," I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "Besides, I picked him up a little thank you card that I'm going to send to him." So just from when the last time that they had it, and didn't even charge me any labor. So, but yeah, so that's that. Like I said, just wanted to jump on and update y'all. Um, no, I can't think. I know I'm missing something else. Sorry, I'm so tired, y'all. And I did my church divorce care workbook last night and today, and finished that. And I got a lot done around the house today, though. Stripped the bed, washed all the bedding, my comforter, all that stuff. Because I was running a super, 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 super high fever last night. But yeah, so now I just need to sit down and just rest and relax and just chill for a little bit, which means I'll probably fall asleep. So, but I just wanted to get on and update you on everything. Talked to my baby girl Madison in Austin a little while ago. She called, so I talked to her. And yeah, so that's that. That's the latest and greatest. Hope y'all have had a beautiful week so far. Hope you've had a beautiful and blessed Thursday. And let's see. Oh, tomorrow we're going to go to lunch at Boo Ray's. It's like a Cajun. And it's funny, it's right across the street from where. Ooh, snap. I didn't even think about that. You know what? I may just pick my car up tomorrow. Because it literally, the shop where my car is across the street. Like Boo Ray's is on one side of Main Street, and the tire and auto place that has my car is on the other side. So, like, literally just like 4 lanes of traffic separate them. So, even though it's right around the corner, so it's not a big deal if I do go get it today. But since I will be right across the street from there tomorrow, so I don't know. We'll see. It may not even be ready today. I told him, as always, thank you for everything y'all are doing. Thank you for everything that you've done, and don't worry about rushing it. You know, got my dad's truck as long as I need it. So, but anyways, yeah, I hope everything's been great. And like I said, I'm just gonna go because everything's starting to really kick in and settle in. So, just my fatigue and exhaustion. So, but sorry guys. It's like it just it does not take much for me to get drained. Wow. But okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go. Oh wait. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Something I was gonna show y'all first before I think about it. I need to get up too. I was eating some mashed potatoes a minute ago. I need to go put those up before I fall asleep. Oops, I don't mean to be all. Okay, so you know how I bought this Sportsman Bible, which this is a King James version, but I love it because it's got all the tabbies. So I went to Mardell's Christian bookstore, which is where I was going the last time my car broke down. Went out, started at my car, check engine light. Took it to the shop, went and got my dad's truck, and went back to the bookstore. And I found me and plus I love the size of this because it's little. I can just throw it right in my purse. Of course, I carry a huge purse, so that didn't say anything. I could throw anything in there. I mean, like my huge divorce care book. A big old thing fits in there with no problem. But anyway, so I found a NIV version, which is just a little bit easier for me to read. And I found these cute watercolor tabs, and I put them on my Bible last night. So aren't they cute? See if I can. Yeah. See, they're cute. I like them. I like them. Not technically that way, but anyway, so I just thought I'd show you all that because I'm proud. Of course, they didn't go on totally perfect. I messed a few of them up, and I put too many of them, like the glossary ones and the ones with notes and maps. I probably should have put some of them lower, but oh well. So it makes the top a little bit thicker, but no big deal. So that's just my OCD being weird and picky. But yeah, so I'm gonna go, y'all. I gotta get in bed and take a nap. So, but yeah, so I may be back, I may not. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.